So on Saturday night, Austin FC played New England Revolution for the first time in club history. Now, after a really interesting 90-minute match, Austin FC ended the match in a 2-2 score from a last-minute goal of Alex Ring, and another Austin FC goal scorer came from Emiliano Rigoni. And my reaction to this game itself was, I'm okay with the draw, but I'm really disappointed from how bad Austin FC played against New England. But before I get to that, let's look at the starting lineup. This lineup itself looked really interesting because we started back with the 4-3-3 formation, something we haven't seen since the loss to FC Dallas that happened 2 weeks ago. Back four, a lot different. This time Matt Hedges was benched because remember, he had some hamstring problems, so comes in Leo Bison, his first start since May right before his injury, and he pairs up with Julio Cascante, who again, Julio Cascante hasn't seen any resting time since his return from his injury. Fullbacks, Nick Lima, I still have my confidence and trust within being our right back, but the one player that kind of surprised me was Adam Lundekit started as the left back player, meaning that John Gallagher was pushed up front being a left winger, something he hasn't seen since the first year back in 2021. Three in the midfield, surprisingly, Joao Valencia got the start, and he was paired up with Danny Pereira, who was back in action after serving his suspension from the FC Dallas match, and surprisingly too, Owen Wolff did not start. Alex Ring was back in the midfield for the second time for the season, and it was good to see our ex-captain back in the area where he's used to be. And three up front, again like I said, Gallagher as a left winger. No Ethan Finlay, again another surprising move from Wolff. This time puts Emiliano Rigoni as a right winger. We all said he's not good in that spot. And Zardes was not called up because he had a calf problem. So who goes up as a number 9? Not Will Bruin, but again, it was Driussi who was our number 9. But like I said, this was a really interesting lineup. But against a really tough opponent such as New England, it was a whole different experience and performance for Austin FC on the field. Because I would say this, people to each its own world have said their, criticism about this draw to New England. For me as a fan itself, like an individual, I thought we played bad. Nothing new was going on with this team. It was basically the same, strategies, back and forth passing, back and forth, crossing, bad defending, but others have said that this draw means a lot because we got a point out of a tough opponent from a tough field. But like I said, to each its own world, to me, we had a bad performance against New England. The first half, we learned what kind of team New England is to Austin FC. Eastern Conference right now are a whole different beast than the Western Conference because New England are a team that likes to put a lot of pressure with our defense when it comes to mistakes especially. They like to do a lot of two-touch pass, so when it comes to that, for example, New England did a lot of that and they were already inside of Austin FC's box when it was a two-touch pass moment. They rely mostly on their midfield, mostly with the two brothers, the Gil brothers, Carlos and Nacho Gil, and also they were a headache mostly to Adam Lundekit in this match. And also, they were a good team. I mean, they're second in the conference, third in Supporter Shield rankings, and we're lucky to get that draw out of their field. But for Austin FC too, they weren't really that good, to be honest. They had some moments to open up the score, but two of them, it only took 2 tries from my point of view. First, it was a really bad header of Driussi. It was he was at the right time, perfect spot to make the header, but his finishing was so poor. 2022 Driussi could have done that and could at least get a spot to win MVP, but Honey Mukhtar won it back in 2022. Then when it came to the whole Alex Ring and Owen Wolff discussion, I feel like Alex Ring was much more better than Owen Wolff in this match. Sure, he started and Wolff came as a substitution, but when I see it, mostly Alex Ring's a guy who likes to push up front mostly when it comes to support to our offense to score a goal. When it comes to Owen Wolff, all he does is mostly back forward passing when it's about to do when we're let's say 4 or 5 Austin FC players up front in the final third, it's mostly if Owen Wolff has the ball, if he just puts it back and gives it to either Cascante or someone in the midfield, one of the two. But when it comes to Alex Ring, he sees John Gallagher on the right side. This time, John Gallagher was started he switched to the right winger, and this time we got to see it for the first time how Emiliano starts as a number 9, and it worked out great for a few minutes. Gallagher does a good cross to Rigoni. Rigoni was trying to flick the ball with a chip or backheel it, but it ended up so bad that it was a choppy goal. It goes in, and Austin FC is winning the match. And this time, Rigoni's goal does count, and it does cross the line. For the first time after 2 months, Austin FC finally has a lead. The last time this happened was when we beat Sporting Kansas City right before Leagues Cup. But not even a minute later, seconds later to the goal, New England finds the equalizer from our mistakes from the defense, but people are saying that the prime target is Julio Cascante. That's understandable, but before that, there was 2 or 3 players who can be in the hot seat too. Leo Bison could have either cleared the ball when it came to one of the 3 New England Revolution players that led up to the goal, but right before that happened from the Bison mistake, Adam Lundekits did not pressure one of the 3 players of New England when it came to the pass to his teammate of New England that led to the goal. Then Joka Valencia comes in and does not even, he just stands there, doesn't put pressure to the second of the 3 players of New England who scores a goal right before he does a cross. Beautiful curve of a cross to one of the players. I think it was Rioni who scored the equalizer, right? No, it was a Argentinian player, Chamalay, does the equalizer, and this time Julio Cascante and Nick Lima decide who to clear it, but none of the 2 do it. We have a time match now. I would say the suspect here in the hot seat has to be Adam Lundekits for not putting pressure and clearing the ball, and also Bison too, not clearing the ball when it came to a confrontation. But like I said, first half, we weren't having a good performance. It was the same strategies from Wolftown to just do back 4 passing, crossing, and just poor mistakes from our defense. For New England, they were being better than us. They were the dominant team. When they came to us, it was a rare moment to have something like momentum and domination, but it didn't happen too much. But at least we can score a goal on the road, and that's something we haven't lost our touch, and they only scored this goal finally, which counts. Second half starts, and we got scored on 2 minutes like how we did against Seattle. A good set piece from one of the New England players. He sees his team on the left side of the box as a header, as they would say, got dunked on. Adam Lundekits got dunked when they came to the second goal of New England. I would say that at this point, we should bench Adam Lundekits because Adam Lundekits is not a player who starts. He's mostly of a bench warmer. I see mostly Adam Lundekits who plays when we have a back 5, not a back 4. Because Lundekits, if he pushes us in back 5, he's more comfortable supporting the offense. That's how he did back in May, when Austin FC had injury problems. Because, back 5, you have 3 center backs, and he didn't have to worry about that. Back 4, he has Adam Lundekits has too much pressure as a back 4 player. Second half, it wasn't a good performance from Austin FC. Every time you saw the team do something, it was mostly just the strategies Wolf told them to do. Back passing or just crossing, it doesn't work out great. There was a moment where we saw Danny Pereira. He shot the ball and it hit the crossbar, and that's when you realize that all of us would say, just shoot the damn ball. Enough of this crossing, because when that shot almost went in, we thought that's something different and new to do. Like I said too, Driussi against New England, it didn't work out great to me because he was just, sorry for saying this, he was bitching and moaning every time he didn't get the ball whenever something wasn't according to his plan. Like, if he's our captain, he should step up and lead by example, not being a drama queen the entire match against New England, or just in general how he's been with this 2023 season. Then too, Emiliano Rigoni playing as a number 9 was interesting. That was something we've been asking for. But there were some moments where we saw, Rigoni back as a winger. And he's someone who's been saying he wants to have his confidence in the field. Like, I like how he's stepping up to, I'm a Rigoni criticizer, and I will give him that he's trying. But later on, towards the end of the match, it was a lucky shot. Alex Rain, our captain, who got the full 90-minute match for the first time, in a while, he scores the tying goal for Austin FC. Beautiful half volley. He says, fuck Wolf Ball, I'm just gonna go for my shot. Does it? Beautiful. Austin FC equalizes to New England at the very last second, but it was a lucky shot because we were way past the 3rd-minute mark, leading to the 94th, but it is what it is. Austin FC gets the draw against a tough opponent such as New England, in a very tough field. People are celebrating because I get it, it's a tough opponent, but to me, we should understand too that we've been having a bad form of run in the last 4 games. We should not sugarcoat this, but if you want to see it as a good draw, that's good for you. But for me, I like to criticize it as well. Or I like to criticize it wasn't a good draw because we had a bad performance against New England. But like I said, hope you guys understood this video. My name is Manila Mixon 17, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.